Good morning. Your weekday kickstart is here. It's time to live, impact, value, and engage heart first. It's time for Live at 7:55 with Mitch Taylor.
Good morning. Welcome to Live at 7:55 for this Thursday, January 30th. Thanks so much for joining me here for your weekday motivational kickstart. That is Live at 7:55. Greatly appreciate your viewership over the time I've been doing this show, which is, gosh, over 3 years here now. Kind of crazy. We're going to chat today about two stories specifically on pricing. More after the break. DJN TV Show coming up February 23rd to February 27th at the South Point in Vegas. Getting really excited for that show because it is less than a month away. Holy crap! If you don't have your tickets yet, what are you doing? I mean, the content at this show alone, especially on the biz side, the performance side too. I mean, the sales, there's two different workshops in sales. There's, I very much am looking forward to this show. So DJNTV.com, go get your tickets, come to the show for the link, and DJN TV Show 2020 will get you the least cost pass for the show itself. Good morning, Jonathan, Frank, thanks for being here. David, Jim Collins, Bob, Powell, Wes, Alan, good morning, JR Malone, Jared Wade, Michael Morris, David Osborne, thanks for joining us. So two stories on pricing. Oh boy. Recently had an exchange. Another DJ was complaining about this gentleman who contacted him, who wanted a price, and complaining about bottom feeders, and just railed on it. And he posted his exchange, and I happened to comment, and I threw out, because again, if I can help someone, I want to help someone. Like, to me, there's always two questions you should ask. How did you hear about us? What do you know about us as a company? Those are the two foundational questions, because how did you hear about us really focuses on the lead itself. And if it's warm, hot, cold, whatever. And then you can go approach it from there. And what do you know about us as a company uncovers what they truly know about you. And you may have to fill in gaps. So they may tell you more about why they contacted you. So I threw that question out there. He wasn't very receptive. And it just kind of downward spiraled from there, because he couldn't let go of his ego to actually hopefully learn something. And not that I'm right all the time. I am not at all, but just trying to help, kind of thing. And I found the stark contrast to the dollar amount, because his was $600 or whatever, $800, whatever it was. And I had a recent exchange where someone contacted me who looking for a DJ for a wedding. Coffee. JR, good morning. Tryson, good morning. And they contact me, and it's the Maid of Honor, right? Which I always find interesting, that the Maid of Honor is actually calling around to get prices for her friend, which I understand to a point, but like, that's a very personal thing, someone's wedding day. And I think it's awesome that Maid of Honors want to help, or moms want to help, or whatever the case is. But I think we'd certainly rather be speaking to the bride, or at least her groom. But it is what it is, right? You got the shot, you got the open door, might as well take a swing. So she calls and asks about pricing. We get into a conversation, and then she says, well, how many hours? And I said, up to 46. And she goes, huh? I don't need you there like 2 days. And so that led to the conversation. And I posted about this in Sales for Event Pros. She was referred to us because I asked the question of how she referred how she was referred to us. And I actually knew before she called. She said her friend Ashley, so that led me to know exactly which Ashley she was talking about, because when she actually called, she mentioned her friend's name that Ashley had commented on Facebook. So I'd already seen the lead, if you will, to how it transpired. So I knew ahead of time what I had. And she said, I'm calling for my friend Andrea. I'm the maid of honor for her. And so I saw, oh yeah, Ashley recommended you. Ironically enough, we had done Ashley's wedding several years ago, and her husband had actually passed away 4 years later. Good morning, Big Daddy. And so we actually gone to the funeral, attended the funeral, and sent flowers. And when I had the conversation with this maid of honor, my comment was, well, how many DJs do you know that would do that? You know, the $800 DJ is not doing that. They're not developing that kind of a relationship with their clients to, you know, care about them on a deeper level and create something meaningful versus just showing up and playing music, which is what they're doing typically at that price point. So we got in a real conversation, and having a meeting here soon in regards to the wedding. So to me, that is creating a different level of engagement. So I've talked about this at Mobile Beat before, throwing the curveball. And the curveball to that point was when she said how many hours, I said up to 46. That gets her thinking, like, huh, what? And it stops that traditional, okay, a DJ is 6 hours for $600, the traditional, typical, what she thinks she's going to hear. And then now she's comparing literally, okay, apple, 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 apple. No, apple, apple, orange. What, huh? What is this? Have that mind. Hey, Corinne, how are you? So have that thought process and be able to be open-minded enough to know when someone's trying to help you versus shutting down, letting your ego take over, and not being able to be open-minded. So kind of lessons from 2 stories about sales for today's episode of Live at 7:55. Thanks so much for joining me here for your weekday motivational kickstart. Tomorrow's a free-for-all Friday where we chat about whatever you want to chat about. So put it in the comments below, whatever it is that you want to chat about here this morning, and we'll chat about it. Looking forward to the conversation here tomorrow. Someone asked, how do I explain the 46 hours? Good question, Jonathan. I have gone over this ad nauseum, I feel like. We essentially say it's everything we need to guarantee you a successful wedding. It's the planning, the production, the meetings, the level of prep that we do to guarantee them a successful event. So in a nutshell, that's what it is. There's a little more to it than that, but probably that's about what I'll get into here. We cover it in depth. I believe it's in the book, Sales for Event Pros. It's also in my online workshop, Sales for Event Pros, covered way more in depth, Jonathan. So, but hopefully that helps. Yeah, Brian, absolutely. And again, there's all kinds of situations, right? I just lost a sale, which wasn't the right fit. But as a multi-talent company, this is something people don't often talk about. As a multi-talent company, you got to feed your people. You got to make sure they have jobs. They have events on the weekends. So sometimes you may take one that isn't fully covered. Will I speak on this in Vegas? Actually, yes, I am, Jonathan. I am. So if you're going to be at the DJN TV show, please come join me on the 7 Hurdles seminar I'm giving in Vegas. And that's going to be something we're going to cover in depth. You actually get to pick which of the 7 hurdles you want to hear about. And then we're going to cover all of them, the other 4 more in depth in the masterclass I'm giving on Tuesday, the following day, at the DJN TV PBX show. So if you're in Vegas, yeah, would love to see you there. It's going to be a great time. And yeah, please join me on Monday, I believe it is, for my seminar on the 7 hurdles. And yes, we'll go more in depth on that too. But absolutely love speaking on this topic, and I could riff for days on this stuff. So Thanks for watching live at 75. Tomorrow, Friday free for all. Put in the comments below whatever you want to chat about, and we'll cover it tomorrow. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time. Bye.
Thanks for watching live at 7:55. To bring Mitch to speak to your organization, go to MitchTaylor.net. Now go live, impact, value, and engage heart first.